Welcome to today's episode of In the Studio, where I'm your host, McKenna,
And I'm Elliot McCoy.
the co-host.
Yep.
And today, why is it still going?
I'm turning it. It's going to fade out. Just get it here.
Oh, that was fire. And today we're talking about Northwest High School Film Festival.
Which, if you've seen the video lot before, is where we get these beautiful trophies that go
Yeah.
on top of our whiteboard. That's where they come from.
And if you're not new here, you've definitely heard about this. We talked about this a lot in the very beginning episode of our podcast, and I'm sure it's also been mentioned a lot like throughout the podcast episodes. But it finally happened. We had the Northwest High School Film Festival on Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday.
No, it was on Tuesday.
Tuesday. We had it on Tuesday last week. So, yeah. So we actually won 4 awards. Just one of them isn't here yet. So we only have 3 on display. But
We have a 4th one. Okay, so wait, how many films did we have submitted from Northwest?
I don't know. It was around 20, like 22. Which may, to the average person, it may seem like, dang, you guys submitted 20 films and only got 4 awards. But this film festival is it's very different. 4 awards is actually like I think we were one of the highest winning schools, just because these awards of excellence are really hard to win, and especially in dramatic narrative, which I think is that one.
Right here.
And comedic narrative, those categories are always really big entry categories, so it's really hard to win in those. And really just any category, to be honest. It's a regional film festival, so it's literally maybe 6 or 7 different high schools, different programs that are submitting
I thought it was more. There was a bunch of people there, I thought.
there might be more. I don't know. I'm guesstimating, but and
I like that word.
by through those 6 to 7 high schools, each of those programs are submitting at least 20 something films. It depends on how many people you have in the program. So if you think about it that way, there's probably 400, 500 films that are being judged, and there's only 3 winners per category. I don't remember how many categories
Which
there are.
it's very different from all of our other ones, like our 60-hour, or I think Horror Fest is actually we do Horror Fest. We judge with just Mount Si and some of those other I think
Newport.
one other school, Newport.
Yeah.
And we do that also with 60-hour, but with Northwest it's
It's a bunch of different
everyone.
schools, and the judges aren't locally chosen. They're actual college level film, either film professors or students. I don't really know, but they're actual film critics that are reviewing our films and judging them. And we don't know the outcome of anything until the day of, until we're in that theater and you see your film come up on screen is when you know that
It's
you
terrifying.
won.
It's
It really
scary.
is. So yeah, that's a little bit on the background, but we did come out with 4 trophies out of it. We have 1 for documentary, 1 for music video, 1 for dramatic narrative, and then the other one I think was commercial.
Yeah. We should run through the day and what it was like going to the festival.
Yeah, so that morning, I think, how many people did we have go? Maybe 12?
That was more than that. We had 20 people. I
20?
think. I thought so. Oh, we only had 2 seats, so what? Yeah, probably around 15
Yeah,
people.
I would say 15. So we all just gathered here in this very room. And we got here before a little bit before school started, so around 7:30, and then we all got on a charter bus, which was kind of nice because usually we just do a school bus. But I think since we had less people going this year, we were able to get a nicer bus. And then it was an hour and 30-minute drive because last year it was at the Egyptian Theater, but this year it was an actual high school in Seattle, and it was the Lincoln High School.
Lincoln High School in Seattle.
So it was a really long drive. So I think we got there, around 9, 10?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, and then they started not too long after that. They were selling snacks, and we were told that they were not going to be selling snacks. So
Oh.
salty, but
Dude, that's messed
no,
up.
not actually.
They're also giving out thumb drives.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Did you not see that?
No.
I think it was like Southern Oregon University where they were giving out like 40-something gig thumb drives as like advertisement for their school. There's a bunch
Wow.
of sponsors
I should
there.
have gotten one.
Yeah, I got one if you want to use it. But it was very cool. There's a lot of sponsors there. I think it was like Seattle Film Institute, Southern Oregon University, Vancouver, I think. One of their universities were out there too. They were all very nice schools.
I only saw 2. I only saw.
Well, there was only
Highline.
2 in booths. There's a lot more actually who like sponsored the.
Oh, they were just like there.
Like they sponsored. I don't know if they were there, but they sponsored the event.
Yeah.
So when we got there, we kind of, we walked in, and there was like so many people. I think I immediately recognized Mount Si. Mount Si, we were there. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, our homies are here. They don't think we're homies, but it's okay. We saw them, and then we went in and we found our seats, and we all sat down, and I took some pictures with my awesome photo camera that I left in the control
Actually,
room.
it took us so long to figure out where our seats and how to sit down. It was so confusing.
Yeah, because we were cushioned in between Mount Si and another school.
Yeah.
I forgot what the other school was.
Mount Si was very weirdly spread out.
Yeah, they were like to the right of us.
was like-
it was like a big center
Yeah.
row. And I was like, here, imagine this is the center row, right? In the center here
We were there, and then
is
Mount
us.
Si was
Mount
here,
Si was here,
and then another school was there.
It was so weird.
It was really strange.
And then there's a school behind us, like a couple rows back, like.
And then there
Here.
was honestly though, like when we were coming, like after, so once you win your award, or your film comes up on screen, you wait for the video to be done playing, and then you get up from your seat and you walk to the front of the stage, and that's when they give you your award. And you and whoever you're with that's worked on the film can go up together, and then you'll take your award, you'll leave the theater, and then outside of the theater they'll do kind of like a mini photo shoot. Which, when are we getting those?
I don't know. They have a lot of
Because
photos
Mount
and
Si got
stuff.
them the next day.
What?
Yeah, they posted them on their
Oh, they
Instagram.
did. Maybe Hack's gatekeeping them.
Anyway, you'll go into like, you'll leave the theater and you'll go into this little like lobby area, and you'll take your photos, and then it was kind of nice that they had like TVs in the lobby so that you can see what was happening in the theater.
Dude, we
because-
missed a comedic film for 5 hours when we won that award. I was
Yeah.
sad.
And so it's kind of nice because then you're like, you can sit there and wait for whatever videos to be done airing, and then you can walk in, so you're not like making loud noises because their freaking doors were loud.
Oh, they were.
And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I was going somewhere with that, but
Yeah. So we sit down and we watch all the movies, and we won 3 awards. We won. Well, we already went over which ones we won, but
Yeah.
we won for McKenna's Tahoma documentary. We won for Alara's music video, which was really cool too. We
Yeah.
won for me and my friend Lulu's movie, 5 Hours. Pretty peak. You should watch it. And then we won an award for, I think it was a segment in I forgot which video announcements it was, but it was
it
a
was one
ad
from
for
like earlier in the year. I want to say it was like around October or November.
it was for speech and debate, I thought,
Mhm,
right?
yeah.
It was an ad for speech and debate where they were like,
Yeah, so I think it was like October, because usually around October is when they start closing like signups for clubs and stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, we did like a video segment on video announcements and for speech and debate, and yeah, we submitted that in that one.
yeah, and we won.
Which we can submit like any sort of segment that we do. And sort of.
Bro, we should have submitted our. Oh wait, no, we can't submit events. We should have submitted events for 1920s announcements.
Sports highlight.
Oh wait, that could have been tough.
Anyway, we could submit segments from video announcements, and we could just put them in commercial. I remember last year Mount Si did that, and they did like this whole musical like announcements, and then they like just took all the anchor bits and
That's
then
so
cut it into like
smart.
a musical, and then they submitted that for commercial, and they won. And yeah, so like, I don't know how many high schools actually do video announcements, because I feel like you have to have a pretty big program to be able to pull that off. So I don't know how many schools that go.
There's
actually
a lot
do
of schools that do it, but it's typically ASB or leadership that does it.
Yeah, and it's a lot shorter of a production. So I don't know how many schools actually do that, but I know at least us in Mount Si will submit our segments sometimes, and Usually they're a shot in the dark, but this year we won.
Because I thought you said last year someone submitted like an entire set of announcements or something, but they got disqualified because they were too Tahoma-y.
That's what Rylan was saying that. I didn't know about that.
I see.
I mean, we could always just get a student video.
Yeah.
Well,
Figure
actually,
it
no, we
out.
can't because for some reason last year's not on student video.
Rest in
It's
peace.
not
It's not
in
in
the
the archive.
So yeah, and then about like an hour and a half in, we had a lunch break, which we only had 20 minutes for our lunch break. I thought they were gonna give us longer because we're not allowed to eat in the theater. So
Dude, that was really cool though. The lunch break, like,
yeah,
it was really cool because every video production program or whatever they're called at their school, like everyone was like sitting in a circle on the floor. It was really like, I don't know, it was like weirdly like cute, like seeing like every like group like just sticking together. I think
Yeah.
we ended up like in the corner right next to the gym,
yeah.
like all of Tahoma. And then,
I was kind of hoping there would be more like interactions, like people would be like,
Yeah,
hey,
me
did you
too.
make that film or did you make this film? But it's also kind of hard because like even if I
There's so
did
many people.
see a film, there's so many people, and I also like I can't put a face to who made what because I don't know these people. So if I see their name up on the board, like, oh, I really liked 5 Hours and it's made by Elliot McCoy, I'm not gonna be able to find who that person is out of like what like
we should start doing like
300.
name tags.
Oh,
Like when you win your award, like name tags, like Elliot McCoy, dramatic narrative,
yeah,
or like
that
something
would
like
be-
that like
that'd
you
be
can just
good.
slap on yourself. So then, like during the lunch break or something, you can.
Do like more networking.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
what I would love to see next year is like more opportunity for networking between the students because I feel like it's such a thing in film that like is so like promoted. It's like network and like socialize, know people, learn new things, and I feel like at this age, people are encouraging you to do that with like professionals and older like people in the film industry. But we all like I feel like we also should be looking at connecting with other student filmmakers outside of our own program. Like
Exactly,
we've
yeah.
sort of tried doing it with Mount Si and. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like the Northwest, like, lunch break, that would have been the perfect opportunity to, like, kind of introduce
Interact
some sort of,
more.
like, hey, what do you do at your program? What do you do at your program? Like, this is what I like doing.
Especially
And
now that
some-
everyone knows what our program's like, because someone submitted a documentary that told everyone exactly how our program worked.
Yeah. They only showed the first 10 minutes, and it
It
went
showed enough.
deeper into it after the 10 minutes. But, yeah, they just know how awesome we are.
They do. So yeah, Mount Si, if you're watching this for whatever reason, you should hit us up. Let's collab.
Or any school.
Or any school.
Any
Let's
school.
collab.
DM Tahoma _vid_pro
And Insta.
on Insta, or just look up Tahoma Vid Pro. You should be able to figure it out because it's blue and gold with a camera on it.
Yeah.
So
Unless you
hit us
change the
up.
profile picture.
Yeah,
So then after the lunch break, I think before the lunch break, only 5 Hours had won an award. But then after the lunch break, we like, boom, boom, boom. And won
Three
like
more.
3 more.
3 more. Yeah,
So yeah,
Which is
it was
one more
really
than
cool
outside.
getting to see everyone's movies like up on the screen. It was very cool.
Yeah.
I remember like I was so very much happy for you when I saw the documentary like show up on the screen. Like I kind of like in my brain already knew it was gonna win, but like
I in my brain sort of thought it was gonna win too, but you never know because
okay, ego.
Because last year the documentaries were so peak in the documentary category, so I was like, I wonder, but I don't know. I feel like this year's submissions weren't as strong as last year.
Yeah, I feel like maybe every program suffered with seniors graduating.
Yeah,
Maybe it hit
think
everyone.
so. I think so. I think there was like a senior pandemic. with The class of 2024.
Class of 2024 graduated.
Come back.
Cooked every program.
Yeah.
I miss you, Alex Murdoch.
What else can we talk about?
I don't know. I feel like, and then afterwards, we all just kind of, I was hoping that after the film festival, we would stick around a bit longer so we could actually, like now that everyone had won awards, we could, talk, communicate. Dude, our lights keep dying. We could like hang out and like, network like you were saying earlier, but after the event. But no, after that, we kind of just like, all right, cool. Grab your stuff, let's go.
We left actually like we didn't even get to see them fully wrap it up. We pretty much left like right after the last film was shown, just because like I think it was just a time thing. Like I think we just had to get back because also it's another hour 30-minute drive for us.
I think it was running like that because I think the other schools run different. I think we end really early compared to other schools. I think so.
Yeah, that too. Because I think most schools end at like 3.
Yeah, usually. So we kind of had a skedaddle.
Yeah, so we had to go, and then which I think we didn't get back until 3 anyways.
Yeah, we got here pretty late, and then we took pictures when we got back.
And then we came back. That's usually something that we always will do. We'll come back and we'll take pictures of the groups that won awards, the groups that got honorable mentions, which we did get 7 honorable mentions. And
oh yeah,
majority of those was in dramatic narrative, which was insane. I think there was like 1 honorable mention in dramatic narrative that wasn't Tahoma.
And it was Introspection at Mount Si. Freaking peak movie, bro.
Yeah, that was a horror fest, 60 hour.
It's 60 hours.
60-hour movie. That one was really
It
good.
was so heat.
I'm surprised they didn't win.
Dude, the Mount Si glaze in this episode is insane. Oh my goodness. We're still cooler than you.
No more Mount Si. That's like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Can't say the name.
You don't say that name in this video, lad.
No more saying the name. We can't keep name dropping. So yeah, we came back and we took pictures with like the honorable mentions. That group got their picture, and then this.
And then, yeah.
We
all
got their
kind of just
picture,
left.
and then we got like a big
We all
giant
gave each
group
other big
picture.
hugs. Right?
Congratulations. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, that was kind of.
Hold on, wait. Okay, I'm done. Wait, I can make that louder. I think that's it.
Yeah, and then that was it. We all like said bye and then left.
And it sounds like it's a very short, like, chill event, but guys, it's not, bro. It's hard.
It's really hard, and it's also the biggest event in VidPro all year. It's literally everything that we work for the entire year, basically. Like video announcements and Northwest. We're basically
And Insomniacs.
like every single thing that
That's
we're
only a
creating.
weekend.
Yeah, every single thing that we're creating and making is towards Northwest. Like, hey, you're making this segment and it looks really good. Cool. Maybe we can submit that to Northwest. Even if it's September, people are thinking about, yeah, maybe I can make this for Northwest. Or, like, literally, people will start planning Northwest videos
Right
the
after
day
the festival.
after the festival happens for next year.
I've got concepts, bro.
Yeah, so it's like a really, really highly anticipated film festival that is really big in our program. So I feel like we don't put enough hype to it, but it's really fun. It's really cool. Even though we said that we'd like to have more social interaction, it's still like really cool to have that interaction because like Elliot was saying, just seeing everybody's films being on the big screen, even if you don't know who that is or whose video that is, it's just really cool because you all know that you come from the same passion and the same place and the same program in a sense. What like they all kind of all of our programs do it kind of different, but in a sense we're all coming from the same place. So it's kind of cool just to be able to see everybody like finally achieve that and get their video on the big screen because usually we always do Northwest at some sort of big theater. And yeah, like even if you don't win anything, it's still like really inspiring to see so many videos and what other people are doing, especially at your level and at your age. So that's still a really key part of Northwest that I always think is really fun.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
But as I said, Insomniacs is this weekend, so stay tuned next
Stay
week.
tuned for
Next
Insomniacs.
week.
And VidPro Experience, June 10th. Come. Everybody's welcome. Invite your friends, your family, your neighbor, everybody.
Your dog. Actually, no pets. No pets in the back.
No pets allowed. But Tahoma PAC is here at Tahoma in the Performing Arts Center. And
June 10th,
be there
6
or be
p.m.
square.
And be there or
No.
be square.
Is it 6 p.m.? Yeah.
6 p.m.
June 10th at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Be
Tahoma
there.
Performing Arts Center. And that's going to wrap up the episode. So thank you, everyone, for watching this episode. See you next week.
See you next week.
Peak.